Hi! Today I'm going to be doing my photocard collection. This is my first like YouTube video or whatever, so I'm going to be probably really awkward, but I'll try to push through it. So I have I would say 3.5 binders, 3 binders, and then I have one like 1-inch binder that houses like some of my non-album stuff for Geo from Twice, but like it's a really small and slow collection. Like I'm not really focusing on it too much, so a lot of it is placeholders, so I don't even know if I'm going to show it. I probably will, but it's a mess in there basically, so it's not really anything I'm too proud of. But the rest of these binders I guess I kind of am proud of my collection. Whoop. So this first binder is my Twice binder, obviously, and if you can tell by this, it's a 4-inch binder. I don't really want to pick it up because it's quite heavy, but yeah. So I collect 3 members. I collect Geo, Mina, and Chaeyoung. Geo is my bias, so she's always going to be in like the middle here, but other than that, yeah, we're gonna get started. I have some random photo things here, but anyway, so I'm not gonna go too in depth with Twice photo cards because I feel like most people have seen them or like at least know what most of them look like. So I'm not gonna go like too terribly in depth, but these are all the Story Begins cards. And then page 2, I have Twice Coaster Lane 1. I want to collect OT9 for these, but it's like low priority right now because I'm kind of focusing on other collections. So I'll get here eventually. So because I would like full pages. Full pages are nice. I don't like seeing placeholders if I don't have to. So yeah, so there's the regular edition and then the Christmas edition. And then Twice Coaster Lane 2, same deal. I want to collect OT9, but I'll get there eventually. And then we have Signal. And then I collected this OT9, so it's full page. And then there is Twiceogram. I almost like had a little moment there. I'm like, what is this called? I wanted to say Likey, but I mean that's a title track. But anyway, the repackage, Merry and Happy. I'm not a huge fan of these cards, but well. Then we get into the monstrosity of Twice photo album cards. So here's What Is Love. And then I collected 2 OT9 sets. I collected this one. This Chewy was like really impossible to find. And then this one, and then this Sauna was really hard to find for me. Then we get into Summer Nights. And then here's like the Weird Borders page. And then I collected the Dance the Night Away set, as well as these, just because I didn't like them on the page, so I thought they would look good if they were all together, and they kind of do. So, and they're cheaper than the other photo cards because you're guaranteed one of these in the album, so it was cheaper for me to collect this too. Yes or Yes. I will say with Yes or Yes, I hate these cards. Like individually they're nice, but like I hate them like as a set. Which is one of the reasons why I don't think I'd ever collect this, like OT9. Like there's a possibility where there's a couple albums where I want to collect like every card because I like all the cards, but like together with Yes or Yes, it's just not a fan. And then I collected this one, OT9, the OK hand. And then Year of Yes, again, this is another one I'm contemplating collecting 2 OT9 sets for just so I have full page. But I'll think about it because these cards were kind of difficult, especially Mina and Chaeyoung. Geo I had no issues, but Mina and Chaeyoung, there was like big difficulties with finding some of their cards, which is, I don't like that. If a card is hard to find, I get frustrated. But if I know it's there, like I'm not gonna buy it right away. But like if I know it's there, I'm like fine. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like with most Twice cards, like it's possible, like you know it's there. You're gonna be able to find one eventually, whenever you want. But anyway, we get into Fancy. I love Fancy cards. This would be one of the ones I would collect OT9. And then I collected the Signature set. And And then here's Feel Special. Feel Special, I collected 5 OT9 sets. I love these cards. So this would be the set I would complete next as like OT9, like all the cards. So yes, and I know these are readily available. Like there's tons of albums out there, so tons of what's it called? Tons of photo cards out there too. So this, which one was it? This was my first ever completed OT9 set, like ever, that I ever completed. So this is like a sentimental page for me. Like this really kicked off like my love for photo card collecting, specifically like seeing like a full page of 9 twice photo cards. And then the photo cards that everybody collected from this era, the twice OT9 color border. I also collected these because I didn't like them on the page, like with my other 3 members that I collect. So I collected OT9 because it doesn't look awful. It's a little reflective. Then we get into more and more. Some of these cards I really like, and then some of these cards I really hate. Like I hate these cards, but they're in the middle. Anyway, I'm not a huge fan of the red border either, and yet it's in the middle. Do you sense a theme? It's the odd one out, as I say. And then I collected 3 OT9 sets for this. I collected the signature set, which I think a lot of people did if they were to collect an OT9 set. And then the thin gold border set. I love like all of these cards. They look also so beautiful. And I love this Nyan card, even though it's not a selfie. And everyone else's pretty much is. And then I collected the black border. This was like an add-on because before I was only collecting Geo and Cheong, and then I decided to collect Mina, and then I wanted full pages, so I had to add an extra OT9 set because I was only collecting the 2, and my pages were kind of like scuffed looking. So yeah, this wasn't like an additional add-on. I was like, what one do I collect? But I collected this one. Then we get into Eyes Wide Open, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I collected all 100 cards for these, which was a journey. It took me, what, 4.5 months, maybe, ish, around there. And the last cards I was waiting for were Sauna cards, because if you're a Sauna collector, you know, like, sometimes it's really difficult to find cards, and, like, yeah. So, I would like to thank Mercari Japan for most of these, because I think I purchased most of them on Mercari Japan through sets. It's so much cheaper to find sets on Mercari Japan than to buy on Instagram most of the time. I did buy some on Instagram, but only if I could buy like 3 or more at a time. I wouldn't buy just one. And then there's a few cards that I actually traded because I had dupes in my album. But other than that, yeah, Mercari Japan, A+, love it. So yeah. This was like my like tester kind of thing because it just came out. I was like, do I collect twice OT9? Is it easy? How difficult is it? Like, can I find trades pretty quickly? And as this album just came out, it was fairly easy to find trades and sales, obviously. So I found it pretty easy. So the next one I would do, as I said before, would be Feel Special. I do find there's a ton of cards out there for Feel Special, so I feel like I had no issue with that. More and more, I feel like even though it just came out, there's not as many cards out there. Like, I can never seem to find them whenever I go through the twice sale tag on Instagram, and there's not as many cards on Mercari Japan as I usually would. And then here are the group cards, and then I have one on the back just because there's 10. It's right here. But yeah. Then we have all my like bigger inclusions. So other than for More and More and Eyes Wide Open, I only collected Geo and Cheong because they're my top 2. I would collect Mina as well, but it's just not a priority for me to collect my top 3 for bigger inclusions because most of the time they're annoyingly difficult to store. Like these, I need the 3-pocket currency page, and like these are one of the only things I need it for. So why would I buy just one page? Like, it's just annoying to me. Like, and same with like these things. Like, I don't even know if they fit in a 3-pocket. They probably don't, but Twice Gram stickers. And then I have What Is Love stickers. Luckily, I already have one with Mina in this one, but yeah. Then I have the 2 clear cards on the back, if you can see that. And I have the bigger Polaroids from Summer Nights, and then I have all these from my albums from Yes or Yes. And then I have lenticulars from Fancy You, and then the two bigger booklets from Feel Special. And then, yeah, I collected OT9 for these just because it's around the time I actually started like hard focusing on collecting other than like albums and like keeping my pulls. So, yeah, it was like fairly easy to find stuff for that. Chewy's on the back, unfortunately. Same with these ones. I don't have an 8 pocket, which is what these fit into perfectly, so I just put them in like this so it like filled out more. But yeah, I wanted to keep the envelopes. Yeah, and that's that for my twice binder. So I don't think I'm gonna cut the video. Oh, that was bad. I don't think I'm gonna cut the video. I'm just gonna quickly just flip to my next binder, which is behind me. So give me a sec. So I just want to make sure that this is like in frame and I'm not, okay. Sorry if I sounded really loud there because I was kind of close to my phone. So yeah, next binder is my girl groups binder. So basically everything else that fits in here for girl groups fits in here, other than Twice, obviously. So this is very thick. Like I'm needing another binder soon, which is unfortunate because this is a 3-inch binder. So it's kind of scary that I've already filled one of these. But I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 groups, and soon I'll have a 5th group in here. So I am gonna need to buy another binder. I've accepted that, but anyway. So the first group I have in here is Mamamoo, and this is my Moonbyul Red Moon broadcast postcard. So I spent a decent amount on this, but it's like my cover page, and I love it. So yeah, if you didn't know, I collect Moonbyul, obviously, but I also decided to pick up a second member just recently. Mamamoo are definitely one of my alts groups, and like completely. So I will eventually collect OT4, but I'm gonna focus on one member at a time because it feels like easier for me, because they are pretty expensive and difficult to find trades and sales for oftentimes. So yeah, so I collect Moonbyul. I'm up to date with her, but the next member I decided to collect is Win. So I don't particularly like how they looked. I had set this up where like I had both of them on the same page per era, but I really didn't like that because it looked too incomplete. So once I actually like focus on collecting Solar and Wasa, I'll definitely be like actually sorting it a little bit better, I think, in my opinion. But right now it's just gonna be like one member thing. So yeah, I have one Win card. I have cards on the way, but yeah. And then here's the rest of Moonbyul's like album cards, and then yeah, none of these, but I do have OT4 for travel. So like whenever I get to OT4, at least I know these will be complete. And then I have 2 what are they called, pre-order benefit cards. So this is Make Star, and then I have MMT, and then I have Moonbyul's Dark Side of the Moon solo cards, as well as her Kino cards. So I have like the 9 and then the 3 ones that I didn't particularly care for from each set, because there's 3 sets like on the back. And then I have the postcards. Unfortunately, I don't have those 2 bigger 2-pocket pages that they would fit better in, so this is what I got to work with. And then here's some bigger inclusions for Mamamoo. I don't store the lyric poster thingies, lyric poster postcards, whatever you want to call it, in here from Reality in Black, because I would only store Moonbyul's and I wouldn't feel like I should. But anyway, broadcast postcard from Memory Era, Season's Greetings 2021 stickers, and then Season's Greetings photo cards here. And then I have fan-made Wien photo cards from Sora and Easy Era, like Goodbye and Easy Era, I should say. So they're 10 cards, so I have like 5 in here and then 5 on the back. So yeah, I just wanted like a set, even though like they don't actually exist in here. So yes. So the next group I have is Itsy. This is really bright. I can tell. This is like just a binder, like divider thingy, because I don't really have cover pages and I don't really have the means to like create them. So I just have these. But yeah, anyway, if you can't tell, I collect OT5 for Itsy. I wouldn't consider them one of my alt groups, but I definitely love them very, very much. And they come back soon, so I'm going to be collecting more photo cards because I have not collected Itsy photo cards in a while. I don't collect really anything non-album from them, so I've been deprived of collecting Itsy. So I have them like this. I did have them on their own individual pages before in this setup, the cross setup, but the pages were starting to curl, so I really didn't want that for my photo cards, so I have them like this now, so it's a little better. I have, obviously some are going to be on its own page, but that's manageable. It's not going to curl as badly. We have It's Me Era. If you don't know, my bias is Chaeryeong and my bias wrecker is Urjin. If I only had to collect one member, I would collect Chaeryeong, but obviously I want to collect all of them. I love all of them. And then we have Not Shy. And then the unit cards. And then I have some like pre-order cards that don't really fit anywhere because I don't have like full sets. So I don't really want to store them like on its own page. So I have It's Icy pre-orders from Chaeryeong and Leah. And then I also have With Drama for Not Shy for Ryujin and Chaeryeong. And then I have Sub-K and MMT, both the first ones because they have multiple cards for those sites. And then I have, there's nothing there. I should put a page there until I find something to fill it. But I only store Chaeryeong's postcards, or else my binder would be extremely thick, like thicker than it already is. I already need to switch it out. And then wannabe ones, and then this is like not straight, but her cover title postcard thingy mobobber. And then I have the bigger ones for Not Shy. Again, I would like to store these in like the bigger 2 pockets, but I just don't have them. So yeah. And then the tattoo sticker thingy mobobbers as well. I have all 5. And then obviously the light stick, I have the photo cards. Alright, so next group I collect is IZ*ONE, and this is probably the group I would take out. First of all, they have taken up like this much of my binder, which is a lot. If I took them out, I would have a ton of space. So yes, they are disbanding. I will probably end up putting them in like their own binder with their respective groups, like the members I collect. So if Yenna goes to Everglow, I guess Everglow is leaving here too. Spoiler alert, I collect Everglow. But yeah, I know for sure these two will be joining a group or going solo. I'm not sure about Haewon, but I'll support her in whatever she does do. These are my top 3. Obviously, I'm not collecting OT12 IZ*ONE. That would be insane of me. And not like I collect full group for many groups. Actually, like half the groups I collect full group. But let's not talk about that, shall we? So anyway, yes. So let's get into this. This is Colorize. And then I don't collect the unit, or not the units, the keynotes for these, just because I want full pages, so they don't really fit properly. Then I have Hard Eyes. So for Hard Eyes, I do collect the keynotes just because it fits perfectly. So this is the Violetta version of the photo card. So there's 2 versions, and then the Violetta version of the keynote. And then the Sapphire version of the album with the keynote. I am missing this card. It is on the way to me from Macari Japan. So yeah, and then we get into Bloom Eyes. Bloom Eyes, everybody's worst nightmare if you are a Eyes One collector. Some of the cards look so similar. Like, I feel like a lot of people accidentally have bought in dupes plenty of times. Like, when you first look at this, they're very similar, these cards. Really, like, and if you're not really paying attention, like, these cards you could pass off as each other as well. Which is why I think a lot of people hated Bloom Eyes photo cards, but this is one of my favorite Heiwan photo cards, like, ever. I love the blue on her. She looks so good. But yeah. There's tons and tons of cards, but I'm done them. Luckily, I found a full set of Heiwan photo cards, like an entire set of Bloom Eyes, so it was like super easy for me to finish her, but the other two I had to buy or trade for, so. Because if you don't know, I collected Cheon first, and then I decided to pick up Yenna, and then I decided to pick up Heiwan. And at one point I dropped Heiwan, but then I picked her back up, so it's like, I like collecting 3 members, because like, it's almost better, like the pages fill out better. So, yes. Then we get into One Eric Diary. I am missing a few cards, but they are on the way. I have purchased this Heiwan AR card, like literally, I want to say 5 times from Macari Japan, through Nyokyo. And like every time it goes through, but then the seller cancels it. So like I'm waiting like 2 weeks at a time until like Nyokyo like contacts the seller, tells them like, why isn't the card here yet, and blah blah blah. Anyway, it's a whole journey, this card right here in specific. I've bought it again, so I'm waiting until they tell me it's not possible to, and then I'm gonna end up having to buy it on eBay or something, and that's gonna piss me off because I can never find it on Instagram either. But if you see it on Instagram, like, send me the post, because if I have a dupe of this, I'm not gonna even care, because it's so difficult to find that card apparently for me. But every other card I have on the way. It's in the Macari, like the Nyokyo warehouse, so like I'm just waiting for them to make a packing thing. Like, I've sent in a request, but they're slow right now. But anyway, then we have One Reeler. One Reeler I am finished. So, yes, I love these cards. These are really nice cards as well. Then I have set up the pre-order things. I have 5 on this page, and then I have the other 7 on the back. Yes, and then I would like to put these in the 2 pocket, but again, I don't have it, so they kind of flop around in here a bit. But I want to put them in like this. This is why I have them like set up like this. This is how I want to store them. But yeah, I don't have any of Yenna's except for one like poly postcard, so I don't really want to store it. I can never find hers really, and I'm not sure why. But I have Cheon's in and Heiwan's completed. Then Kinos. Kinos are a funny thing to me. I'm not a huge fan of the bigger ones, but I have Cheon's and Yenna's. I don't have Heiwan's for this. These, I'm not a huge fan of either. Like, I don't really like this. I need to put a white paper behind here, but I will eventually buy them, I guess, just because I'm a completionist. But it's not a huge priority to me. I pulled, like, because I bought 2, I pulled these in my album, so it's like really easy to just buy Yenna's for that one. And then One Eric Diary Kinos. Again, I don't have Heiwan's. Then we start getting into One Reeler bigger stuff. I don't know how to store these. So I have them in like this, and I will eventually cut white paper, but if I'm just going to say it again, I'm lazy. I'm just so lazy. And I don't look at these too terribly often since I've gotten them. So I'm not like huge priority. And then I have one for Heiwan's. I have none of Heiwan's if it's common occurrence. Like, I always look for hers last. And I always like to buy stuff like that in sets, like full set. So I'm always on the hunt. I'm on the hunt all the time, but if I can only find one in a listing at a time, like, I'm not going to buy it. So yeah, and then these are the scene 1, like, photo thingy-bobbers. I find them so strange. Like, everybody's, like, every member has, like, a different size. Like, I kind of hate them, but I have them. And then let's not get started on these. These don't fit into a 3 pocket, which is greatly disappointing. So yeah, and then I have Cheon's sticker sheet, but I don't have it for Yenna or Hyeon, but I have them completed as well. And then here's another case of I need the like currency 3-pocket, but I just don't want to buy any. And then I have the bigger thingies. And then I do have the keynotes for all 3 members for this one. Wow, I'm doing real good. And then I have these random Winneric Theater photo cards. I don't know, I joined a group order for them for some reason, and I totally forgot, and then all of a sudden they just showed up, and I'm just like, oh, what the hell? But, you know, that's me. Sometimes I forget I join group orders, and I buy stuff over again, and I have dupes. But yeah. So the last group I collect is Everglow. I only collect 1 member. If Yenna does join Everglow, I will pick up a 3rd member just to, you know, but I will collect from that era onward for 3 members. I will just keep EU for the previous eras because some of these cards were so difficult to find. It was insane. Like, I couldn't find these 2 to save my life for the longest time, but yeah. And this pink outfit, Reminiscence? Yes, Reminiscence photo card, it was pretty difficult as well. But yes, I do really love Everglow, like a lot. So I'm hoping they come back soon, but at the same time, I don't want them to come back too close to Itsy because I have a lot of Itsy photo cards. I'll be having to collect 20 of them. But yes, so I'm completed, and I have 2 random like postcard thingies for her as well from my Reminiscence era, and one of them is October. Like, it's like a calendar thing, and October is my birthday month, so I was very pleased with that. But yeah, I don't really collect anything else bigger for her. And I don't collect albums from Everglow either, so I don't have anything unless I like directly go out and try to buy it, which is not really what I'm doing. And this one always flops around in here. I have like 6 extras of these, so I have like 1 of Chaeryeong and 1 of Origin on the back, so yes. Okay. I hit my microphone. Okay, now another quick click check. I think this is okay. I'm filming at my desk, so I have like my monitor in front. Like, yeah, I'm sure you can see the base of my monitor here, but I have like my keyboard off to the side and my mouse off to the side as well. So it's a very tight squeeze in here. So I'm just like trying to make sure everything fits properly. Okay, this is like my last binder, I would say. I'm not going to show my other like non-album geo binder just because there's like really nothing in there other than monograph cards and Japanese event Polaroids, and that's not really that interesting, so I'll leave those for another video if I ever do another video. Okay, so this is my boy groups binder. My boy groups binder that holds 2 boy groups because I'm not like a huge boy group stan. But one of my alt groups, I would say, is a boy group, which is why I collect OT8 for Stray Kids. I always want to say that they aren't my alt group because I find it hard to believe that I would alt a boy group. I know that's crazy because I've always been like, no. Girl group stan, like I'm only girl group stan, ew, boys suck, like, you know, that sort of thing. But then these guys happen, so thanks to these guys, I would probably say they are my out group. I deny it, but I don't deny it at the same time. So yeah, let's get started. I collect OT8. I just started collecting OT8 4.5 months ago. I started in December. Yay. Very slowly in December. Like I basically wanted to finish Chan, who is my like first bias in Stray Kids, and I say first bias because I think I bias like all of them. Obviously, I have a really hard time some days. Let's not get into it. Let's just get into the flipping of the binder. Okay, so what I do is I focus on albums at a time rather than specific members or like stuff like that. So one of the albums I wanted to finish first was Mixtape, just because it is at the front of my binder, so I want to see a full page when I open my binder. So yes, full page complete. Same with this one. Yay. And then we get into where you start seeing holes in my collection, which is fine. I'm not a huge fan of the photo cards, so I'm not really focusing. This isn't one of the albums I'm focusing on. But yes, so next one is I Am Who. I Am Who has been a burden on my wallet. Some of these cards I spent $13 or $14 on, which is a little pricey, I will admit, but yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm not spending like some people, like Macari Japan. I see these cards for like $30, $40 and people are actually buying them. I find that insane. So I think I'm on the lower end of the high end of cards, if that makes sense. So and I found some of these for like a super good deal on Instagram, so I'm not really too fussed. But yeah, so I Am Who. I have Hyunjin on the way, and then I have Changbin on the way, but I cannot find any at all. I cannot find his white border card, so if you see it, please send it my way. I will spend literally up to like $14 USD on this card. I just want it really badly. And then I'm almost on this page, and then we don't talk about this page. I hate this page, but completionist in me has to finish them. I have none of them on the way. Like, I only want to buy them if I can find all three of them at the same time, which is going to be like nearly impossible. I'm not going to attempt to try to find it. So next is I Am You. This is an album where I'm like, I want to focus on it, but it's expensive, and I've already just focused on I Am Who, so I'm going to hold back on I Am You and focus on like a cheaper album. But I keep coming back to these. I love these photo cards. I don't know why I love these photo cards. Some of them are questionable, I guess, but I love them, so I want them. So this first page, the name one, I guess, I don't have any on the way. And then the title one, I have Mino on the way, and I possibly have found a decent deal for Ginny, but I'm not sure. So that means I would only need Felix and Sunmin, and we'll see. Pink border, I have Mino on the way, and then the other three, no. I find the pink border's the most difficult out of the three to find. I'm not sure why. I have some units that I pulled in my album that are here, but yes, anyway. On to the next. So Miro was one of the first albums I wanted to finish, just because it is the era that made me become a fan of them. I wouldn't say like I'm in the fandom, but I was definitely a fan, like a huge fan, like close to standing fan, because I had kind of followed them through pre-debut. I loved Elevator, and then, you know, they put out District 9, and I was just like, eh. And then they started going like My Pace and like all that stuff. So they were working my way. Anyway, so sorry if you heard my dog moving around. I think the doorbell might have rang for a package, and he kind of got excited. But anyway, so Miro, cheaper album in terms of photo cards, so I definitely wanted to focus on this one as well. So this is the first set in Miro, and it's the only card I'm missing. Is this Hyunjin photo card, so it's on the way though. So this will be like a huge deal to me when I finish it. So yeah, definitely the album I focused on first. So yeah, that's done. And the album I decided to focus on next was Yellowwood, because I had finished Mixtape. I'm almost done I Am Who. I'm almost done Miro. I'm almost done Levanter, which you'll see in a bit. So this is like the next album I'm decided to focus on. And, you know, I already have a bunch on the way, so you'll see that when it's marked. A lot of these I pulled in my albums or I purchased. Basically, Chan or Mino. They are my top two biases in Stray Kids, so I wanted to like at least have majority of their cards. I do have all the Chans, and I'm only missing a few more Mino cards. So, yay! But yeah, these are pretty empty for now. Yellowwood, because it's not one of the albums I was focusing on. If you can tell, like I switched between black placeholders and red because I ran out of black when I was doing my, like, setting up my binder for OT8, and then I'm sleeving them in red, so I just started putting them in red. So like this is where I ended. Like I lost my last black ones, so I started in the red ones. So it's kind of a mess, but I don't really care in the end. So yeah, in case you're like wondering why the sudden switch, no reason other than I ran out of black sleeves, and yeah. So then we have Levanter, right? That was the last, yeah. Then we have Levanter. I'm almost done Levanter. A bunch of cards are on the way. And then I have this one complete. And then I have a feeling I'll have to rebuy this one because I bought this one like 2 weeks ago and it's still not at the Mercari Japan warehouse. And I found such a good deal on it. It was like cheaper than Instagram, so I was so excited, but then yeah, I don't think I'll be getting it, which is unfortunate. So yeah, then we get into Go Live. Not focusing on this one, really. I had my pulls from my albums and traded most of them to Chen, and kept a few, obviously. I kept Jisung's and one of Junghyun's, but yeah, then I have to buy the rest of them. And these are still fairly obtainable, so I'm not too worried, and it's not one of the albums I'm focusing on. But you still see I have on the way, mostly because Changbin, I found all 5 of his cards for like less than $2 a card on Mercari Japan, so I'm glad that Naokyo got that. And then Mino, obviously, as I said, I want to focus on finishing his cards, so yeah, I've been putting in a real effort to find his cards. The only card I'm missing for him that I can't find is this like mimic card, the one where he's poking his cheek. And yeah, I can't find it for like a good price. Like I can find them, but not a good price, or they're already gone. And then this is like a quick setup of like the limited version cards. I decided like not even a week and a half ago that I would collect the limited version cards, and I don't know if I will regret that or what. We'll see, but I have 2 of them so far. Bought Chan's, and then I pulled Singmin's in my album. Then I have Go Live. No, In Life. The repackage. I hate these cards. I'll put it out there. I don't like them. So this will probably be like one of the last albums I complete. When they come back, I will obviously like stop what I'm doing with my old ones and try to finish OT8 for the new comeback. So yeah. That's it for like Korean album cards. I don't know if I will be collecting like the limited versions for Miro, Levanter, the other things for Yellowwood. Like I'm not sure if I'm going to be collecting those for OT8 or not, just because the prices on those cards, like the limited cards, are fairly reasonable still, because I feel like you can still get the albums sometimes, like on like Amazon or something. I feel like some like shops on Amazon still have the limited version, but the limiteds for the other albums, like there's no more, so the prices on the cards are insane. I'm not sure if I want to spend like eight times like $50. That's a lot of money. I don't want to think about that. It's like $600. No, thank you. I know I could find some of the members for cheaper than like 50, but like that's a minimum for like somebody like Mino, Felix, Hyunjin, like those 3 members pretty much. Dan Shracha. So yeah. We'll see when we get there. Like if I have like finished everything else, I might be like, okay, I'll buy 1 limited card a month, or whatever, or every paycheck or whatever, and like, you know, invest that way. But I'm not gonna go hardcore like I do with like regular photo album cards. So yeah. Anyway, little rant there. And then I have postcards from like Mixtape, I Am Who, I Am Not. I just put them in based on like the orientation best, not necessarily era order, just because I'm not a fan of a sideways picture if I don't have to put it in sideways. And then I pulled this album, or put this in one of my albums, so I just put it in because I love Changbin, so yeah. And then I did decide to collect OT8 for these because I already had 4 of them because I had 4 albums, so I decided to. But obviously the members I'm missing, some of them are the more difficult members to find, or more expensive, like Hyunjin and Felix. But yeah. And then I have some Miro stickers. I have Chan's, Jisung's, and Seungmin's. And then I have these. Again, I don't really have a place to store them other than like in a 4-pocket currency. And I don't want to buy one, so it's sitting in the back there. And then I have 2 Polaroids. I have Felix's and Junghyun's. I pulled Felix's in my album, and then my boyfriend bought the album as well, and he gave me Junghyun's, so thank you. But yeah, and then we started getting into, like, I decided to start collecting non-album stuff too, which it might be a regret later, but for now, I'm not going to go hardcore. If I do go hardcore, I would collect my top 3 members for them. I wouldn't collect OT8 for them because I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy, because that shit would get so expensive. So I would collect Chan, Mino, and Jisung if I ever decided to collect non-album, and I would say Japanese stuff. I would collect only those 3 members. I love the other members, obviously, but I don't want to die, pretty much. So these are the season greeting photo cards, and then I have the season greeting postcards. I just want to call them posters. I find it hard to say postcards for some reason. But I'm just quick flipping through. I think most people have seen these like 500 million times, so yes. I'm not huge on non-album stuff, obviously, like just the most recent stuff I own. And then I have these, like, wow, I actually have white things behind here. Can you believe it? I also have it for the other thing, but like this is like the only thing I have cut out, like white paper. Whoa, I hit that by accident. And then yeah, so oh, this is random, but I have the other 6 members on the way. I found these for super cheap. These are the District 9 Blu-ray that just came out. Like, this is the inclusions with it. So I have Felix and Junghyun's, like, I just have them like this, but I'll eventually, once I get the other ones, I will put them in age order. That's it. And that's all I really have for non-album stuff, so it's not huge. But yeah, so the next group is ONEUS. Yes, I actually collect another boy group, and it's very empty. It's very empty. I don't even have placeholders in here yet. Like with, like, let's not get started. I only collected 1 member, and then I decided to like just a couple days ago to collect 2. So I changed my binder around. I just don't have the time to put in placeholders yet, like actual like written placeholders, because I'm lazy. Yeah. So I collect Edu, like fully, like I have all of his cards. But yeah, I'm not really hard focusing on collecting like too much for ONEUS. They have a shit ton of stuff. Like, it's insane. Like, they're not even that old, and they have a crap ton. Oh, we got to my devil page. Oops. Spoiler alert of who else I'm collecting. I'm collecting Seho and Hangwon as well. I butcher their names like crazy. I always say it differently every single time. I'm obviously not Korean, so yeah. And then I have these as a placeholder for my devil Edu. I didn't pull him in any of my albums, and I'm not buying more than one album, so I had to buy his, and I wanted to keep the cards that I did pull. I pulled this one, and I also pulled a Raven. I'm trying to trade that one, but it's not going too well. Mostly because all the Oneness cards, like, there's an insane amount of group order managers for Oneness, and some of them buy an insane amount of albums. Like crazy amounts. But anyway, I did go through a group order manager for this one as well. So these are my placeholders. They are from that group order manager. So yes, but ABC or green, black, yellow. I had to think about that. And yeah, it'll be a full 9 pocket page once I get cards. I did purchase their cards as well, so it'll be full. And then my plan is to have Make Star 1 and Make Star 2, or Make Star 3, because the second ones were not hollow, but I like the hollow cards. So Make Star 1 and Make Star 3 are hollow, and then I'll have the scratch cards in the middle. And then I have, I'm going to do tarot cards, so 3 per page. I have none of them, again, because I didn't pull any of them in my album. And then this is for the film card, but the film card fits in the 9 pocket, so I might collect more pre-order benefits and like do another like pre-order benefit, and film card thing in the middle. We'll see. I hate collecting pre-order benefits. It's like the vein of my existence, but yeah. And then I have the postcards. I pulled him in my album, so I just need Suhos and Itos, and yeah, that's it for my boy groups. Oh, I just did that wrong. I did that so wrong. Sometimes I'm too rough on my binders, and I don't know why I do that. But yes, that is the end of my Photocard collection. I am very proud of my progress so far, because I have been collecting for almost a year now, so a lot of this stuff is hard work through album purchasing and trading, and a lot of buying. Some days I really think I should be going on a buying hiatus, but then I see a photo card and I want it, so I have no self-control. But thank you for watching. I appreciate you clicking on this video if you got to the end. Please tell me if you want to see more, or like a Nyokyo haul, or a photo card sorting video of some sorts from me, or you know, anything like that. I'm very awkward, but I do like talking about my photo cards, so yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye!